It's Week 12 of the NFL, and we'll see this team's rocket-on quarterback. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. Hope you're all ready for this one, and it comes your way next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the home of the Cardinals, State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. Good to have you with us. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you. You know, partner, fantasy football doesn't take into account the guys close to the football, the guys at the line of scrimmage. This is one where our eyes are going to be focused on that battle in the trenches all game long.
Mike, it doesn't matter if it's Pee-wee football, middle school football, or NFL football. You can only do offensively what your offensive line allows you to do. And I think that's exactly the case for both of these teams here today. They are going to win or lose based on the ability of gaining an advantage in the offense.
All right, we're just about set for football. The crowd is definitely ready. So are we. Off we go on EA Sports. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So out comes the Arizona offense for the first time. They are led out by a man who's done this now for a long time. Their veteran quarterback.
Some games, the quarterback can just go out there and just take what the defense gives them. They don't have to necessarily create a lot of opportunities for their teammates to go out and perform, and they can still come away with the win. I think today, though, he's going to be asked to carry a little bit more of a load, make some more plays happen, be a little bit more assertive. If he does that, this team's just going to continue to get better and better, and it's going to be a tough matchup.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Oh, no chance to get rid of that one. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
Well, here early on, if this pass rush continues to get home at this rate, this is going to be a long day for this offense. They're going to have to put some extra guys in there, mix in some play action, keep this pass rush off balance.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
This is taken at the 25. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. So the visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time. They'll be led out by a young man who's making a name for himself, their rookie quarterback.
To say he found a pretty good rhythm last week, I think, Mike, is a little bit of an understatement. I mean, he single-handedly accounted for 30 points after throwing for 5 touchdowns.
In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Now, faking the give. Short pass taken in by the tight end. 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. Now a screen set up for Johnson. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. It'll bring up 4th down. Punt team out, ready to send this one away. This one fielded out beyond the 25. And how about that? Nice return there, picking his way up past the 35-yard line. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. The tight end going in motion to the left. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. It's a zone read given to Hubbard. Fighting off defenders here. He'll churn forward and pick up 3. 3rd down, 3 to go. He'll look to throw. Now a screen set up for Edmonds. And it looks like he's going to have the 1st down. What great work after the catch to extend the drive.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
On the give, it's Hubbard. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll go again with Hubbard. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
This is already a little better than the first time they had the ball, Mike. Remember, opening possession, 3 and out. Showing some signs of life here now. Nice pick up there by the back to pick up the 1st down.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. That is incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
1st and 10. On the ground, this is Hubbard. He is met and dropped. Good defense. Loss of a couple on that play. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. Back to throw. Quick throw out wide. It's caught. And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. Slot man in motion right. Look wide. Get this one complete. And he's not going to get to the sticks. He'll wind up losing yardage as they mark him short of the 1st down. And it sets up 4th down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make. And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
Johnson now to return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The visitors' offense about ready to get going on their 2nd possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. 14 yards on the pickup there.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, his offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds. On
play action, he'll set up to throw. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down. He'll drop to throw. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. That's the first grab of the game for the man leading the entire league in receptions coming into the weekend. He gets his team a first down.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
To the air now on 1st and 10. Off he goes. And he'll get this forward for positive yardage as he covers up in the end. Here's a 2nd and 9. Now they'll set up to throw. Quick throw here is complete. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Taking advantage of the room to run, a gain of 19 on the scramble.
And here's a great example of why the pass rush on 3rd down, that it's critical it gets home. In this case, they're not able to get to the quarterback. He has extra time to not only escape the pocket, but to turn into a runner and pick up.
And he'll take it on in. Touchdown. That touchdown, number 1 for him on the year.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Cardinals offense headed back to take over once more. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. This drive begins with a run by Hubbard. And the defense, good job sticking to their rules. They didn't take their eyes off the running back, who gains nothing.
At the 26-yard line.
Another run here with Hubbard. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. Here comes the blitz as he looks to the pass rush, gets home, and he goes down.
Really nice start for this defense here early through the first quarter. 2 different players each recording a sack. Offensive line's going to have to get together on the sideline with their coach and identify where's the weakness in our protection, how can we get extra bodies and extra attention, because we still got a long way to go in this one.
And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The visitors' offense back onto the field for their next possession. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more.
The integrity of the defense, Mike, is based on every defender holding their gap. That's exactly what we saw out of this defensive tackle. Not only did he hold his gap, he's able to shed his block and make the play.
And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down. The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag. Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
Good job on the ground to pick it up. Mark it at the 38, move those chains. First down.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards. One quarter in the books. 7-3 is our score. Greg and I back here in Glendale after this. So they go backwards on first down. Here's 2nd and 13. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down. And that is incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
And he missed it. It's no good. And the lead holds steady at 4.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
Here's 1st and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He'll let one go down the middle. That one broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on first down. Couldn't connect. It'll bring up 2nd down. They send him right out of the slot. They'll run it. It's out of the gun, and it's Hubbard. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
You have to wonder if next time does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play. It was clear before the ball was snapped this was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front, because right now their pass protection is breaking down and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
Here's the punter now. As this drive went backwards, he's on to kick it away. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The visitors' offense ready to get back at it. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And he's got it to the 35-yard line.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a third down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
And that's going to get closed up quickly. He'll get only to the 37. Second down and 8. Out of the gun, he'll throw. That's thrown right side, but incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
It's a big one right there, and even 30 yards.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Quick throw, taken in, and he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. That is caught, and he'll be taken down.
This has been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone, and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with first and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. After that incomplete pass, we have a player shaken up. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Second and goal. They'll look to throw yet again. To the goal line and in for the score. An extra point attempt to follow. The kick is good. And the visitors extend their advantage to 14-3. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. Now on the return, he has lost the football. And the defense has it. Special teams comes through again. We don't talk about it nearly enough, but sometimes the biggest plays of the game happen like that one. The kickoff return, fumble, recovered, and momentum swings again.
Everybody loves to see a big return, Mike, but the priority of any kick return unit, just give your offense a chance to possess the ball. And in this case, they don't do that. They turn the ball over, and now they find themselves back out there on defense.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. Oh, a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up second down. From the gun, here's a handoff. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up third down. That'll be intercepted. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
So often, Mike, defenders are just happy the ball ends up in his hands, but not this guy. I mean, the catch was one thing, but then the party really got started. I mean, look at this return. He gets one block. He gets another. He's got teammates springing him. all over the field. And this offense is lucky this didn't go all the way back for a pick six.
The Cardinals offense about ready to take over once more. They've got great starting position with a short field as they try to get back in this one. It is 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He's going to run it. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'd say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
Throwing over the middle, this one is complete. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker. The field goal unit on the sideline. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. They'll go for it with Hubbard. And this is not going to be enough. He is short of the marker. And they have turned it over on downs.
And here we have a real gutsy call here, Mike, early in this game offensively. I think you're giving up a surefire field goal attempt, but at the same time, you're demonstrating to your players, hey, offense, I have a lot of trust in you, and let's see if they have this same approach as the rest of this game plays on.
From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He gets it to Samuel, left side. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Now a handoff running right. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it. They'll empty out the backfield, line up for 3rd and 3. Throwing now from the gun. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
He'll throw it left and has his running back.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line.
The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Oh, the coverage was great. They gave him no room to operate and made him pay for catching the ball. Out comes the Arizona offense. They get ready for their next possession. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
This is the epitome of team defense. Not only are you able to rush the passer and put relentless pressure on him play after play, but the coverage on the back end is so tight. There's just nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball. You see him just continue to hold the ball that extra second in the pocket, and with the way these...
Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. The defense has it. And now, following the turnover, we have an injured player on the field. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. After that fumble recovery, a big opportunity here. 1st and goal. They'll look to throw. That's hauled in at the 2. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. From the 1, 2nd and goal. They're going to motion the tight end over here. They'll throw out of the gun. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. Good job so far by the defense protecting the short field. Now it's 3rd and goal. Good blocking, and he's in. Has a touchdown. That is a dream scenario. The offense handed the ball 1st and goal, and Greg, they take it to the end zone for 6.
They're not going to have many easier drives than that, Mike. I mean, to get the ball not only in a short field, but in a goal-to-go situation, you don't get a lot of those chances. You have to cash them in, and that's exactly what they were able to do.
The extra point, up and good. And the visitors move out to a 21-3 advantage. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Cardinals offense ready to take over once again. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. 1st down now. Not much happening there. Just a short game. Here's 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. 3rd and 9. They bring a tight end in motion left. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. We'll have more from Glendale after this. 3rd down and 9. They send one of the tight ends in motion to the left. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the 2nd phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. Spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. Back to throw here to begin the drive. And that ball incomplete over the middle.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And he's very close to a 1st down, but it doesn't look like he got there. And yes, they're going to mark him a yard short. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Cards offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Back to throw. Looking middle, and he's got Brown. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Open man downfield is Brown. And it'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line. First down throw there is incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down. Cards going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in half number 1. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away. And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they get the timeout. They'll stay on the ground. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. More from you and Greg in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll get started over at the Caesar Superdome in New Orleans, where it was the Saints who come away with the victory at home. The Saints need to string a few wins together here down the stretch, but this last one moves them back above 500 at 6-5. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. J.J. McCarthy with a couple of touchdown passes there. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Tampa Bay Bucks. C.J. Stroud leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break. But I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Now an opening past the 30. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position, instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. He'll drop to throw. He's going to keep it himself.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
Tight end, the motion man to the right. Now they'll set up to throw. A throw there on second down, going to be incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far. Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. They'll motion over Samuel. Here's a toss, right side. Open space to the 35. Strong running there. He brings this down inside the 25.
The key to these toss plays, Mike, is that the back has patience. It's a mixture of you want to get that ball out on the edge quickly, but you also have to give time for the big boys out in front to give you some blocks. So really well executed there, and it led to a big pickup.
Give him 10 more on that one. And another first down.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half. And he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
Now this time they'll look to throw. And he does a nice job to avoid the initial wave. They're going to get him down behind the line.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive. And what once looked like a promising drive, following that sack, looks a little bit different now. They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the visitors will extend their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The home team's offense getting set to get back to work. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Look him up on a second down and 8. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Open man, right side. He's got it. That catch number 40 on the season for him.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Throwing now on first and 10. That's over the middle, complete to Brown. He's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. 2nd and a yard.
At the 46-yard line.
On the give, it's Hubbard. And it doesn't appear that he got to that first down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
They'll try to run for it with Hubbard. And a nice job. They pick it up. 1st down. The march continues. They're at the 41-yard line.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the 1st down.
On 1st down, it's right back to Hubbard. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Slot receiver, headed right. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down.
37-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 7.
Now, faking the give. In trouble, and down he goes.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. This team's offense ready for this next possession. As we look back at some of the highlights of this one, you'll see a lot of them, Greg, coming from the passing game. They've done a nice job picking the defense apart.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way to say it. It hasn't necessarily been just a bunch of deep shots, a bunch of explosives. It's been more methodical. It's been precise. They've really been all over their execution, and this is about as close to a complete performance as you're going to see from any offense throughout the course of this season.
There's that man again. Another catch. They come to the line now on 2nd and 2.
At the 24-yard line.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So the hope is your 1/3 down conversion from really jump-starting a possession that ultimately leads in points. But after that 3rd down incompletion, kind of throws a wrench into those plans.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The home team's offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They're in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. That's complete to Edmonds. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
It's a zone read given to Hubbard. And he'll pick his way forward, a gain of about 5. And that's going to set up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Taking advantage of that running ability. Gain of 17 and a 1st down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
On the give, it's Hubbard. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
They'll go again with Hubbard. And nothing cooking on that one. He'll be met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
That one intercepted. And the visitors are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
You know, Mike, anytime a team can go nickel or dime and come off the field with an interception, I just am constantly reminded of the importance of defensive back depth when you're building an NFL roster. I mean, think back. This is not the old NFL base 3-4, base 4-3. Offenses are going to roll out 2, 3, 4 high-level wide receivers at you in this pass-first modern era. If you can't roll out 5 DBs and all of them hold their own and be trusted to hold up, you are going to struggle defending these pass-first modern offenses.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. The open man is Johnston. He's got it. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. You just saw a great example of it here.
And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face 2nd down and 7. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Quickly to the outside and complete.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the 1st down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can draw up all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. Now a 3rd and 2. That is intercepted. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But, boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
The home team's offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll start really in field goal territory already, but they're looking for more. Offense got it 1st and 10. Now here's a keeper on the zone read. Nothing doing there. He'll go down behind the line.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Slot man in motion right. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Oh, not a good throw there. That's across his body. It's intercepted. And the visitors are going to have the ball at their own 18-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You've got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So, 3 quarters now in the books. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Handoff here, up the middle. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down. 3rd and long. Throwing now from the gun. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. And it sets up 4th down. We're about ready now for the punt, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. From out of the gun, he'll throw. He throws right side, down the field, and it is brought in. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a 1st down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll look to throw. Look wide, get this one complete.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker. The field goal unit is out for the Cardinals. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Cardinals are back within 2 scores.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. Terrific start to this drive. Gain of 23 and a 1st down.
There was a lot of questions surrounding this quarterback about whether his style of play from college would transfer to the NFL game. Well, his ability to create with his legs certainly has here today. We see it with his ability to escape pressure out of the pocket, and he's able to pick up the 1st down.
And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's 2nd and 6. They send him right out of the slot. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he is planted. Backfield. Defenders crashing through. Blow up that play behind the line. This a must-stop for this defense. Facing 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
They're all set to punt this one away as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. That's taken at about the 14. That's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. The Cardinals offense make their way out to take over once more. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with 1st down. They'll begin with a zone read. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
Man, when it works well, the zone read is a thing of beauty. It just adds another dimension to this offense, and if the defense doesn't get a better plan, they're going to continue to do it all day.
Now Hubbard. And he'll get this one across midfield. Brought down after a pickup of a half dozen. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They put the tight end Brown in motion. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. 3rd down stop sets up 4th down. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That's going to be caught. And they're going to get the 1st down. They were forced to go for it, and it's going to work out for them. Here's a handoff. Hubbard heading right. And the defense right on that. I don't know if keeping would have done any better. No gain on that one. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. On the ground is Edmonds. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
Back to throw. Going to set up the screen here to Hubbard.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. They'll put a receiver in motion right. They'll throw here on 3rd and short. To the end zone. It's intercepted. And the visitors are going to take possession here. It's a touchback. They'll take over at the 20-yard line. Slot man in motion left. And he through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. They'll throw out of the gun. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Oh, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly, it is 3rd and 10. He'll drop to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
This is taken at his own 30. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. So now this team's offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. They'll look to set up the screen here. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play.
Well, the best screen plays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help him at all.
He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? They put the tight end Brown in motion. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. The throw on the run is complete. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. Right back to Brown. He's got it again. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6.
At the 45-yard line.
Now they'll set up to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. Here's 3rd and 2.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 2.
That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he's going to have the Cardinals' 1st down. They managed to convert. That'll keep the drive alive. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield. And they are all over him yet again. He'll go down once more.
It's a loss of 14. Brings up 3rd down.
They'll throw now 3rd and forever. That is hard. And he will score. Game on. Touchdown, Cardinals. So they get the touchdown, and now it is a 9-point game. Greg, you can go for 1 and make it a 1-possession game. Or some people think about going for 2 here. What would you do?
I think I'm going for 2, Mike. Listen, the way you have to look at it is I need a 2-point conversion at some point. But I want to know now, am I down truly 2 scores, or am I able to get it down to 7 and truly make it a 1 score? So I'm going for 2 now, and I want to know what the rest of this game looks like. How many possessions do I need?
This returnable from the 4. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And it's hard to believe you can run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. 2nd down and 8. They'll stick with him again. And he'll gain about 6 there as it's up past the 35-yard line. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. That is a worrisome development here late in the game. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
Oh, hello. He is stopped in his tracks on that one. They made sure that return was not going any farther. They'll come up for 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
He's going to look for the home run ball. That one broken up. It's incomplete. All over him down the field. It'll set up 3rd down. They motion the slot man left. Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on 3rd down. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And he's going to have a Cards 1st down. They'll get the conversion. It's a gain of 14. They'll look to throw yet again. That into the hands of Hubbard. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Quick throw here is complete. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Final minute, no timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. And that is incomplete.
All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2-minute. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point. After that 1st down incompletion, it just makes things that much harder.
That is incomplete, so the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it. They'll come up now for 2nd down. Back to the air one more time. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
And that one just kept getting worse and worse until finally they bring him down. So it's a win for our visitors. They're able to build on the solid performance of a week ago, and they make it 2 in a row with the victory here in this one. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.